I wanted to go back over a real simple concept in stove building, but one of the most important basics, and it's the concept of maintaining the cross-sectional area of the system size, aka the size of your chimney, maintaining the same cross-sectional area throughout the stove. And this goes right back to what we were just talking about if anywhere is going to have reduced cross-sectional area, you want it to be the very initial entrance to the stove, as we were talking about with Mark's firebox, firebox volume reducer, and with Yonto's bricks over the J-tubes opening. Cross-sectional area is a really important fundamental part of rocket stove building, and it's one that every beginner needs to have a firm grasp on. So let's just go over the basics really quickly, and just for all the newbies who are watching. So cross-sectional area refers to, again, system size cross-sectional area, which of a round chimney is calculated using pi r squared. So in the case of a 6-inch chimney, it's pi times the radius of the chimney squared. So 3 times 3, which is the radius, is 9, right? Times pi times 3 is 27 point the whatever 14, and you end up roughly with 29 square inches of cross-sectional area in a 6-inch build. So if you were doing an 8-inch chimney, the calculations would be the same, and it comes out to roughly 52 square inches of cross-sectional area. So the important rule of thumb for all rocket stove builds is you must maintain the chimney's cross-sectional area as a minimum inside all passageways of the stove beyond the combustion core. With the combustion core, you really want to follow the design to a T, because the design parameters were designed using testing gear, and it's very, very specific to get the burn as efficient as possible. Typically, though, the combustion cores will represent the smallest part of a system, and they will usually slightly break that cross-sectional area rule, because they'll usually be slightly smaller in cross-sectional area to create a little bit of directional restriction on the entire system. So there's a little restriction at the front end, open at the back, so once the stove gets going, it pulls hard and doesn't back puff at all. So cross-sectional area is one of the most fundamental basics of rocket stove building, or any kind of masonry heater, really, and I would hesitate to say just about any kind of naturally aspirated wood stove, as it were. But it's one that is it's probably one of the most common questions I get is, how can I modify this stove? Can I build these passageways like this? Can I do this? Can I do this? And so really the answer is you can do just about anything you want, as long as you maintain cross-sectional area at a minimum and maintain draft throughout. So that's just an important basics of rocket stove building that I just wanted to get down on video, because I realized that we talk about it a lot and I don't think we'd ever really defined it. So there's that.